parents of a young man who lost his life trying to rescue a woman who'd fallen into the River Thames on Friday night say he was an angelic soul. And they want him forever remembered what he did. Folajimi Olubunmi-Adewole, known as Jimmy, was on his way home from work with his best friend Bernard when they heard the woman screaming for help.
Jimmy and another man jumped in. The woman was saved, but Jimmy didn't survive. Jimmy's friend, Bernard, is here with us in the studio, and we're also joined by Jimmy's parents, Michael and Olusakumi, his mother. They're live from their home. Let's come to you first, Mum and Dad. Come to you, Michael. I know you'll really want to pay tribute to your son. I've heard you speak already such beautiful words about Jimmy. Just tell us about Jimmy and your thoughts of him right now.
Yeah, this is Folajimi's father. Folajimi went to go and rescue a lady who was crying for help in a River Thames water in London. Unfortunately, at the end of it, Jimmy lost his life for the rescue. And I want the government to honor him and appreciation him, because Jimmy was a good son to me, and such a boy, I want government to give him appreciation and honor, because he's the breadwinner of the house. He always taking care of me and my wife and the friends. He's a very good boy. Even when I was doing my birthday last March, because he gave me so many things, and Jimmy was born on 16, I was born on 17, which this is a sad to me to lose Jimmy. Because sorry. He's a very good boy. He's a good footballer. Yeah. He's a very good baller. I want government to do something about my Folajimi, which money is nothing, but I want real appreciation and something that it can be happen, which government can use for him for appreciation, that his name cannot be vanished forever. And I need this opportunity to thank Marcus Foundation, which they have been raising people to help us to gather money for Jimmy for his death. But I'm very grateful for little people who have been contributed for this money. Mm-hmm. I thank them for everything which they have been done for Jimmy, Folajimi, and even to the extent, this Folajimi is not just an hero. When he lost his friend about 2 years ago, even he put his friend title on his arm to show who's Folajimi is.
He showed the love.
He showed the love. For your friend. This is the part of the love he showed. We are family, friends. For Marco Foundation family. This is the part of the love he showed for a lady that is saying help, and he has the heart to go and rescue. So I want government to help me to honor him and appreciation.
You're talking about, I know that you've suffered another loss, which is the loss of this young man a couple of years ago. And as you say, Jimmy had that was in a terrible knife attack where he was defending, that young man, he was defending a friend. Obviously, Jimmy, that really affected Jimmy, and he'd got the tattoo of his name. I know that he was... And he, as you say, Mum, he had a good heart.
His friend that is dead is trying to help. This is right. Even the rescue, who make his friend...
Our cousin wants to rescue. Michael is my cousin. He's my own cousin. This is what
happened with Jimmy, that it happened with his friend.
The same thing happened to Michael. It happened to Jimmy.
And before this guy lost his life, this is what happened with Jimmy again.
Yeah. I know. I honestly, the tragedy that your family has suffered is unimaginable. But what you're saying, of course, is that Jimi was motivated and inspired to help other people. And that's what happened on Friday night. I mean, my heart is absolutely broken.
It's OK.
It's broken for you as parents.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And we're joined...
Care of me. This is the breadwinner of the house. I can't live without. No. This is I'm a 64 years old now, and this boy was taking care of me. This is the only breadwinner of the house that I have that is serious taking care of me.
Look, Michael, we have in the studio with us Bernard, Jimi's best friend. And Bernard, you were with him on Friday. I mean, honestly, I find it hard, but it's impossible for you.
Yeah, Jimi means like a lot to everyone, especially around South London now. Everyone knows him as a neighbourhood hero. You know, to risk your life in such a way, you don't see that every day. And the fact that he was adamant to save that woman itself, it just shows his nature and his mindset of a person that he is. So now...
But what you're doing here, I have to say, you know, I know how hard this must be. And I know you've done lots of other media interviews, and we said off air, you're here for mum and dad. You want to be strong for them, which is, you are doing the most beautiful, most honourable thing for your friend. Tell us about your friendship. So you've been friends for a number of years, and you were working together at a restaurant in central London on that night together, right? And you were walking home like you normally would do. Just tell us about that particular moment.
Yeah, so that Friday, I wasn't meant to work. So Thursdays and Fridays are my day off. But that specific Friday was busy. So Jimi instantly called me and asked me, he said, bro, can you come in? I was like, yeah, to help, I don't mind. And so I did. Everything was fine. The shift went smooth. Like, everything was going fine. We finished even earlier than usual. Sometimes we finish around midnight, 12:30. And we'll leave. But we'll leave side by side. That's how it is with me and Jimi. So we finished around 11:30 that night, which was quite early. And we left around 11:45, the building, signed out. We're making our way, and as per normal, me and Jimi's conversations were never easy. It was just always about family, loved ones, what we have to do for them to make sure that they're okay. And that was the main purpose of
the last conversation he was having with you was about mum, dad.
Yeah, mum, dad, and his missus. Yeah.
Wow.
So at the same time, it's just we had the both mindset to always like look after our family. Whatever we do, it's our family that matters to us. Nothing else matters. So at that very moment, we were just walking casually, and then we started joking around. And I just remember Jimi just looking at me. He was like, "Burns, you know I love you, right?" I was like, "Bro, I love you too, man." Oh. And he always tends to come behind me and strokes my head. And I was walking, laughing, and then we got to like the middle of the bridge. Two gentlemen ran up to us and showed us a video of a woman jumping over the bridge. So,
someone had already taken a video of it?
Someone,
Right.
They already videoed it. So initially, like, we didn't have no chance to even think of videoing. From where we're from in South London, we always make sure people are okay. Like, we don't want to video this, we want to make sure they're okay. So immediately, we both grabbed the phones and called 999. Jimi got a hold of them way before, so he was talking to the woman on the phone, trying to instruct her as to where it was, and trying to explain to her there's a woman in the sea, in the river, I mean, and she's actually struggling. So we could hear her, I could hear her, and Jimi could hear her screaming. She was like, I'm dying. I'm dying, I'm dying, I'm dying. That was the exact word from her. I can't swim, I'm dying. So instantly, me and Jimi, like, immediately was trying to find out where she was. Because it was around midnight, you couldn't see anything. It was pitch black by the river, pitch black. So we both decided, one go on the other side, I'll go on the other side, we see who finds her. So as I did that, I immediately took off my top and I wrapped her around my jumper to try to see where the noise was coming. Maybe she was by the corner of the other side. Maybe I can put my jumper down and try to lift her up. But then she wasn't there, so... But then Jimi was also hearing her from the other side as well. So we both ran the other side. I threw my jumper on the floor, and we got to the other side, ran down the stairs, and then we turned right. As we turned right, the voice of the woman, it just became more Like, it was just there now. We could hear it. We could hear her getting closer and closer. So we ran towards her, and Jimmy was adamant, for some reason, that he didn't care. He didn't think twice as to what was going to happen.
He didn't care what happened to himself. He only cared about
he
trying to
said,
rescue that woman.
I just remember him saying, Burns, I have to save her. So Burns, I'm going to save her. I'm going to save her, Burns. And I just remember him just taking off his jacket at the time. Down there, it was just me and him and the woman. And then this man came out of nowhere. And this man, he's a hero, I have to say. Wherever he is today, I do want to thank him. Because despite all odds...
So Jimmy jumped in, and then another bystander as well decided...
No, the man came, and the man walked towards us, and we was all standing there. We're trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for the police. Whilst Jimmy was on the phone to the woman at the police.
To the police?
Yeah. But then Jimmy was adamant, his heart, you could just tell, like, he was not okay with this. But then this man came and he looked at Jimmy and said, can you swim? And Jimmy said yes. Initially, everyone around our circle knows that Jimmy can swim. We've gone to leisure centres, pools, beaches. And
Was he a strong swimmer?
Yeah, he was always one of the first ones in. Whereas, like, I can't swim. So, and that's one thing that he valued. He saved my life that night too.
So this guy came and said, can you swim?
Can you swim?
Then they both went
in.
into the water.
Yeah, we both went to the cliff. We stood. And then Jimmy said to me, Burns, take the phone and make sure the police are here as soon as possible. He's like, you can't swim. He's like, just make sure they're here. Me and this guy will go in and we'll see if we can try to save her. So I was talking to the woman whilst I was still trying to see where Jimmy was. By the time I looked ahead, the man was ready. He was already gone. And then I couldn't see Jimmy anywhere. But all I could hear was Jimmy shouting my name. He was shouting my name. He's just saying, Burns, Burns. But the shout wasn't normal. It was pain.
Oh, Bernard.
Bernard, it's honestly,
It's
so difficult. It's so difficult for Jimmy's mum and dad. So difficult for you because you were there.
Yeah.
There is a campaign to get Jimmy a posthumous George Cross. And I think we can all say we're fully behind it. It recognises the bravery of someone who's put themselves in danger to save or try to save someone's life. I mean, Jimmy was a hero.
Yeah.
He should be honoured in that way, shouldn't he?
Definitely.
I mean, he's just he's a young man enjoying his life, wasn't he, Bernard?
Yeah.
Bernard, you're doing well, man. You're doing well. Stay strong. I know it's not easy, but you're doing well. And I know you're keen to be here to tell his story.
And you want to pay tribute. That was Jimmy with all his life force, wasn't it? That's why you posted that video. That's how you want us to remember him. He was full of life. He was a hero. He had the name of... let me just tell you the story. Malcolm Adewole was a 17-year-old boy fatally stabbed outside Clapham Tube Station in 2018. And Jimmy had the tattoo on his arm as a tribute to Malcolm. And Malcolm died trying to save somebody else's life in South London.
Yeah.
And Jimmy did the same thing.
Yes, they did.
What remarkable people. And you're proud to say that Jimmy's your best friend.
Yeah, I'm proud to have actually at least crossed his path, to be beside him every step of the way.
And Mum and Dad, we all have reasons to thank Jimmy, and he's the bravest man I know. Oh. Michael, we're gonna,
okay.
Obviously, it's unbelievably hard for you all. I can't.
It's tough, but look, what we are going to do, and I think people watching at home will be touched. I think everyone is going to support this campaign to get Jimmy a George Cross, and it won't bring him back, and it won't change what happened that night, but it'll honour him in the most beautiful way, and we remember in such a beautiful way. He is a hero, and he's a good man, and he's going to inspire many for years to come. He's inspiring all of us right now, and that's what we're here to do, right? And that's what he did, and it takes a lot of courage and bravery for doing what you did as well.
Thank you.
So,
Bernard, don't go away. because I think we're going to carry on talking to you, because I'd like to know more about Jimi.
Okay.
I think we need to honour him properly this morning in the way that we have done. And we'll talk to you a little bit more about the sort of man he was and how you'd like to remember him.
Okay.
And, you know, our heartfelt condolences to you, Mum and Dad. We're going to leave you to it now. We understand that you are dealing with the most unimaginable tragedy, but we really appreciate your time with us, and we know how important it is for you to honour your incredible son as well with us this morning, with our viewers. Thank you so much.